Hello, everybody. It's me, Ace, and today's topic is how to get over your ex. So, one of the things that helped me get over my ex is reevaluating my daily routine. This has to do with writing down your current daily routine and seeing if there's something you can add to it that's beneficial, like reading or working out or learning something new. This will keep you occupied so that you don't have to think about, oh, I miss him or something like that. The second one is to spend more time with friends and family. Because there are people, there has to be at least one person in your family. And if there's nothing, then you could substitute this with hanging out with just friends. But there's at least one person in your family that you should be able to talk to about your problem and get advice from. And dealing with breakups, you can talk to your grandparents about it. You can talk to your parents about it. You can just talk to people about it and see if they have any advice for you. Same goes with your friends too, obviously, but I feel like people who are older than you have more wisdom, on average, to share about that type of thing, like things that might have worked for them. The third one is making use of free time that you have on the weekends. Since you probably have a ton of free time, if you are a single woman or a single man without kids attached from that past relationship. Now, if you have kids attached from that past relationship, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You can still find time because if you're partial custody, you'll have that free time whenever. So just make use of the free time that you have. Like hang out with friends and family, like I mentioned before, and then just try to find different hobbies or maybe pick up an old one that you dropped a long time ago that you didn't have enough time for. Or try something new, It's one of the positives of a breakup that you have more free time. The fourth one is talk to a therapist. If you have a therapist that you're already going to see regularly anyways, it's a good thing to bring that up. To bring up what happened, to bring up how it happened, to explain everything. And maybe they can find a way to help you improve the things that you might have been lacking in the last relationship, or things that you need to be more aware of for the future. Because you never know. Because I already know, I've already analyzed my portion. But I talked to people about it. I didn't talk to a therapist, but therapy is great. I recommend it if you are really struggling to get over your ex. Just talk to them about it, explain what happened, and they can try to help you find solutions to it. Because there are ways, they're really good at doing that. There are some really good counselors out there that can help you through this stuff. I mean, there are counselors that deal with things like grief or other types of sad topics that you will go through in your life at some point that they can help you with, so they know enough about that to help you with the relationship. So yeah, go seek therapy if you need it. Another thing is having time for self-care, and this goes for both sexes. This means taking care of your outward appearance and your physical body. You can buy skincare products, you can buy hair care products, you can buy new clothes, new accessories. When you look your best, you tend to feel your best. So it might even help you attract a new partner if that's what you're looking for, if you're ready to move on in that way. Doing your research in this topic, especially for the hair care and the body care stuff, is definitely a good idea. Because if you want to find stuff that's specifically towards your hair type, it's good to look it up on YouTube to find what exactly you need for your hair. Because one thing might work for one person and it might not work for another person, so you gotta be mindful of that. Also, going to spas or having some sort of relaxation ritual thing that you end up doing to help you relax after a busy day, or maybe on a weekend when you have free time. And getting a massage and adjustment, because both massages and adjustment, so going to a chiropractor and massage therapist, they are very, very useful. They'll help your body reset itself so you don't feel as tense anymore. Especially if you're just sitting around all day in an office or something, you're going to have that neck tension. So it's beneficial to do that even before you break up with somebody or before you get broken up with. It's a good idea to do these things, to get massages and adjustments. Anyway, number 6 is create standards for what you want in your next relationship. This is one of the most important. especially if you left a toxic relationship or if they broke up with you and they were toxic. Regardless, you need to know what you're going to go into. You need to have standards for yourself, because otherwise you're just going to get pulled back into something that you don't like. Like, you need to know what you like. What qualities do you want this person to have? What red flags are you looking out for? Because you need to be aware of that too. And this goes for both sexes. Once again, if you go out dating or whatever, and they behave in a way that's just kind of off, observe that behavior. And if it keeps repeating, don't go on another date with that person. Because you need to know what you're going to be, dealing with, essentially. Because, yes, everybody has probably at least one red flag, okay? So if you see one red flag, you don't need to freak out, because literally everyone has a flaw. Everyone has something that's a little quirky about them. It's really not that big of a deal. But when it becomes multiple things, like you have multiple red flags on top of each other, that's when you need to watch out, and you probably should avoid the person and not go out on a date with them again. And also know what your deal breakers are, like things that you will not stand for, like at all. Like for me personally, I don't want to have kids. So I don't want to date someone either with kids or who's planning on having kids, because I don't want them. I mean, some people are fine with having kids, and that's one of your deal breakers, is someone who doesn't want to have kids, and that's completely fine. Because you've either already had them or you're planning on it, which, once again, completely fine. You just need to know what works for you, and then whoever works for you in those ways, like who meets both your deal breakers and your other standards, or a certain type of attractiveness or something. Like, all those things, that's what makes your partner. And a person that you're willing to date. And you have to make sure that it's brought out in the open right away what these things are, by the way. You got to make sure that when you first go out on dates, maybe even before you go out on dates, like if it's on your profile, because if you're on a dating app or whatever, if you have it on your profile, automatic. Now people know what you're looking for. That's something people should be writing anyways. I swear, some of these people in their profiles, they don't write barely anything. They really need to work on that. Like, I know getting to know someone in person is something that a lot of people do once they, hook up with someone on the dating app, whatever. Like, they actually get to know them a little bit when they see them. But you still should have some of your standards written on your dating profile. Like, I'm looking for a guy who's blah, blah, blah. Or I'm looking for a girl who has blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? You should be specific about it and make sure that people meet the standards before you go out on dates with them. Number 7, find ways to make more money. Now, being that you should have more free time, you should be able to find another job so that you can make more money, or a side hustle. You don't have to have another job like the normal job that you have. You could have a side hustle that you just do independently to make more cash. Or you could maybe turn one of your hobbies into a business. There are some people that are really good at certain things and they can turn that into a business, like people on Etsy. You can turn your bracelet making into a business. It's a good way to have some extra cash for, hobbies that you want to do, if you want to do that. Or you could use it for literally anything else. Like if you need help buying groceries or whatever, you can use that money for that. It really doesn't matter. The point is, you should theoretically have time to be doing stuff now, more time than you used to, if you're single. So you can utilize that time and create a side hustle or a business out of it. Anyways, number 8, diving deeper into your faith. If you are quote-unquote religious, it's not really like, I'm not using it in like a bad way. I'm just saying, like, if you have a religion, if you believe in a religion, then you have more time to do that. You can go to church more if you want, or mosque or temple or whatever you call it. You can go anywhere, or synagogue, whatever. You can participate in group activities that your religion does. You can be there and help out more in whatever building you go in for your practice, and praying about it to your God. Some people even believe in goddesses. I mean, I'm not one to judge. Whatever religion you follow, whether you pray to a god or a goddess or anything, even if it's outside of that, if you pray to the universe, I don't know, or spirit, whatever you pray to, you can do more of that now because you have more time. Yeah, so you can get into it, really. Look into your religion, read whatever texts that you're supposed to read. Like, really get into it, because you have the time. I mean, for me, I've been reading a lot on different religions. I've started reading part of the Bible, just because I have some time to. I mean, I bought one, and I'm just like, I'm just going to read this for fun, because I'm curious as to what's in here, because that's the main faith that a lot of people around me believe in. They're mostly Catholic, but they believe in the Bible and stuff. So, yeah, no, just get into it if that's what you're doing, if you are. Otherwise, if you're like an atheist or if you're agnostic, then, I don't know. There's some other things you can do. You can hang out with people, like I said before. You can go into your hobbies. You can volunteer even. You can do all sorts of things. There's not anything that you can't really do, Or you can totally go out to bars and stuff if you wanted to. Because that might actually, you might actually find someone there. Who knows? You could go out more. Maybe you'll find someone who's single that's interested in you. I don't know. It could happen literally anywhere. So get out more. That's another thing I have to say. It's not on my list, but definitely worth doing. Number 9 is getting enough sleep. Start tracking how much you sleep, and make sure that you either go to bed early or sleep in late. Getting around 8 hours of sleep is a healthy habit of getting into, and can help regulate your emotions. Sleeping, some people need less than 8 hours, some people need a little more than 8 hours. It really depends on the person. It's just, that's the mark that most people tend to use. But some people actually need less. Like, I need less. I don't need as much sleep as most people. I can get a few hours and I'm awake. There are some people that need more. And it really depends. I think it depends on me for the time of the year, because in the summer, I feel like I don't need any sleep. I think it's because the sun gives me enough energy. And that's just me. Oh yeah, another thing. Get outside, guys. Once again, it's another thing not on my list, but get outside and, go into nature and, view things. Go outside more. That's another thing. Touch grass, I'm not trying to be rude. You need to get out more. You need to breathe. Walk, maybe, do things. That was kind of mentioned because I'm talking about physical health earlier. Walking, getting, fresh air, breathing deeply outside, just standing still and being calm, all that stuff. Do it. You have the time now. You might as well utilize that. And I think people should keep that part in their routine anyways. Even meditation. If you wanted to meditate and just deep breathe for a while and just sit out in nature, it's nice. I've done it before. It's nice. Recommended. Fully recommended. Because it keeps you calm. So, anyway. The last and most important probably is realizing your worth. Because you are worthy of love. It's important that you find a partner that respects you. Never settle for a person who only sees you as eye candy or says things that lower your self-esteem. I've been there. I've had people say things about me that lowered my self-esteem in relationships. I'm not going to mention any particular person because I don't want to put people on blast. I'm not that type of person. I don't care. But I know of people who have said things to me that have lowered my self-esteem. And let me just say, I'm glad I'm out of there. I don't want to deal with that type of behavior because that's toxic. I don't care what intention it was. That's toxic. Okay? It's just wrong. You shouldn't be saying rude things to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever. You shouldn't be doing that. You need someone who builds you up and treats you like the beautiful person that you are. And this goes for both. Like I said, again, both sexes. If someone's mistreating you and saying mean things about you, or just treating you like you're not even there, they barely hang out with you even if you're there, or if there's times where they're just, literally, you go to their house and they're doing something else while you're there, it's dude, are we even dating? Like, you're not even hanging out with me all the time. Like, for me, I want attention. When I'm there, when I'm at your house, I want to hang out at least the majority of the time. For me personally, that's how I deal with things. Anyways, that is the list, and obviously some random add-ons that I thought in my head. So, yeah, get to work, guys. It's time to start healing yourselves, start bringing yourselves back up to where you need to be, and maybe, for some of you, just being happy with being single. Because there are some people that leave a relationship and they're like, you know what? I think that was my last one. That's all I got in me. I'm just going to be single. Like, I'm not even going to go out and date or even look or even try to find somebody. And honestly, I can respect that. Because that just shows that they're just like, you know, I'm content with myself. And that's cool. But any of you guys that want to go back out into the dating scene after you've been dating someone for a while and then get broken up with and want to go head out, you guys know what to do now. Just some basic advice. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It will help me out so much. And also share the video with people that you know so they can see it if they're going through a hard time. Anyways, I love you guys. Bye.